I think worst family meeting practice is to make it a monologue, whether it's like the financial advisor gets up and talks for an hour and a half about like the financial markets overview and the performance.
Welcome back to the Family Wealth Edge. Kristen, how are you?
I'm good. I just came back from the best family meeting. It was in the North Carolina mountains. The weather is absolutely beautiful, beautiful setting, beautiful family. It was the best.
Well, when we were talking offline just about what's been happening, you mentioned that, which gave us we hopefully think, a cool idea to talk about today on the Family Wealth Edge. The best and worst ideas, things that have happened in family meetings. Family meetings is something that we talk a lot about. We see a lot of it with the work we do with families. Before we get too far ahead, Kristen, it's a big spectrum, right? So there's the family meeting around the breakfast table, all the way to the corporate boardroom downtown in some major urban city. Give some other examples of family meetings
Yeah.
that you've experienced, you've facilitated.
Yeah, it could be formal, it could be informal. Like you said, it could be solo just with the family. It could be with advisors or consultants in the mix. It could be mostly to pass along information. It could be very collaborative. It could be mostly about business. It could include family into the mix as well. So there's a wide range of what people think about when they're thinking about family meetings.
Yeah. And then when we talk with clients, especially, they go, well, we always see each other. We're always talking. When we talk about family meetings, it's really about carving out a safe space for more intentional, focused conversations about the happenings in and around the family enterprise, the individuals in the family. It's really about being, like I mentioned earlier, intentional about what we want to communicate that day. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Kristen. A best idea or best practice for family meetings, and then followed up by the dreaded worst idea
Okay.
of this for family meetings.
All right, best and worst. So, one of the best things that you could do to make a family meeting pop is to plan like twice as much time ahead of time to plan it as you think. Only because ideally, if you can get more voices in the mix to co create the agenda, then it will actually make what you're talking about during the time of the family meeting relevant to everyone. So you're not creating a big bore for people because this is not what's top of mind for them. So plan in advance to get lots of voices for the agenda so that it's relevant for everyone. That makes it the best. And then worst, I'm supposed to give you worst next.
Okay.
I think worst family meeting practice is to make it a monologue, whether it's like the financial advisor gets up and talks for an hour and a half about like the financial markets overview and the performance of, your portfolio, and someone might actually fall asleep in that. Or it could be like grandma or grandpa gets up and talks about the business in a way that doesn't feel relevant, and it's a monologue and it's not interactive and it doesn't feel relevant and it's a bore.
Yeah.
It's the worst. How about for you? Best and worst.
You took two really good ones there, so I'm digging into the repertoire here. I think what is the best? Hmm. I think making it the best would be making it intentionally really fun. I think that if going into these meetings, you want people to come back, you want people to participate, you want people to be engaged. So there has to be an element of fun. So the best family meetings that I've participated in, had the pleasure of facilitating, there's a huge element of silliness. Yes, there's a time for being serious, but the family has that playful idea in mind because we are family. So making it fun.
Give us an
Work
example, Vincent, of fun, like something you've done that's fun in a family meeting so people get it.
I'm thinking one recently, as it's a larger family. What we've done, we've incorporated a best participating participant award for this family. So, so what happens, before the family meeting starts, there is a previous award winner that talks about his or her experience as being the best participating participant of the previous family meeting. And then at the conclusion of the meeting or the retreat, whatever term you want to put on it, the family then votes on a new winner, and there's
That's cute.
almost this there is a passing of the trophy
It
to
reminds me of The Office. I love it so much. It's like
it,
what they would do on The Office.
well, and it's interestingly enough, when we debrief with the family about what's working well, what's not from the meeting, they all point to that silly idea of nominating, of awarding a best participating participant as a key turning point in their family meetings. So that's one of the best things. One of the worst things I would think is just in how people communicate with each other, right? So what we especially families, they fall back into old patterns of communication. So one of the worst ideas or practices to not nip in the bud is not creating space, allowing time and air time for people to speak. So this is for all of the leaders in the family and some of the advisors that serve them. We must create space for all the voices around the table in these family meetings. So that would be my best and worst ideas on how to facilitate a family meeting.
Beautiful. I love it. There's a lot to think about in the design of a family meeting. It's so much more than just sitting down and having the meeting itself. So,
Yeah,
we love talking about this. So, we would love to hear from people about your best and worst as well. And also, I mean, ideally, giving an opportunity for people to learn more about how to do these things well.
yeah. Thanks, Kristen. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Vincent.